think that building a successful business is all about strategies and tactics. Let me tell you something. It doesn't matter how good your strategies are if your mindset is working against you. The way you think about failure, time, and even success itself can either set you up for greatness or hold you back. In this video, I'm going to be breaking down the 5 essential mindsets that every entrepreneur needs to make if they want to grow a successful business. These shifts changed everything for me, and I know they can do the same for you. Let's stick around because by the end of this video, you're going to have a completely different perspective on what it really takes to succeed. All right, before we dive into these mindset shifts, let's talk about why this even matters. A lot of people think that success in business comes down to having the best marketing plan, or the perfect product, or just getting lucky. But in reality, it's not. It's your mindset that determines your success. Think about it. Two people can start the exact same business with the same resources, but one exceeds and one fails. Why? It's because of how they think. It's because of how they handle challenges or how they push forward when things get tough. Do they quit or do they keep going and stay consistent? This is why you see people with less experience and fewer resources and even fewer connections winning and being successful because their mindset pushes them through where other people just give up and run home with their tails between their legs. All right, let's get into it. Here are the 5 mindset shifts that will help you build a successful business. And we're going to be starting with shift number 1. Embrace failure as a learning tool. Okay, so most people think when they fail at something, it's just the end of the world. They just give up. It's not a lesson, it's a clue to them that they shouldn't be doing what they're doing. And that's not how you should look at it. Most people avoid failure like the plague. That's like the worst thing that could ever happen is they try, they don't succeed, it's the end. When success isn't a clear path like that, failure is not the opposite of success. It's part of success. And every successful entrepreneur you admire has failed more times than they can count. But they don't look at it as a dead end. They use it as a stepping stone. For example, let's look at Elon Musk. Before Tesla and SpaceX were household names, he faced massive failures. There were rockets exploding. He nearly went bankrupt, which that is something you see a lot of successful people have. In all of the books that I've read, a lot of super successful, rich, wealthy people today either did go bankrupt or they almost went bankrupt multiple times. And they kept going. And that's what Elon did. Instead of giving up, he learned from the failures and kept going. And now look where he is. So the next time something doesn't work out, instead of saying, I failed, I'm done, ask yourself, what did I learn from this? What lesson can I glean from this? How can I use this to make me better? Every mistake is just feedback. It's just telling you, okay, this is what went wrong. This is what we need to do differently next time. Keep going. Moving on to shift number 2 is going to be progress over perfection. So, how many of you can raise your hand, comment down below. I won't see you if you're raising your hand. But how many of you have ever not done something because you wanted to make it perfect? Or you tried to do something and you never completed it because you felt that it wasn't perfect? How many times have you let the need and want for that perfectionism keep you from actually succeeding and finishing things? I know I have done it a million times. I am a recovering perfectionist. And perfectionism kills more dreams than failure ever will. Perfectionism can kill it before you ever even have a chance to see if it will fail. And if you're waiting for everything to be perfect before you launch, you'll be waiting forever. When I was starting my business, I kept tweaking my website, my logo, my branding. I wanted to make everything perfect. I had this vision and I thought that my products needed to be absolutely perfect and every little kink needed to be worked out of them before I could launch them to people, before I could tell people about them, before I could bring awareness to my business and my products and my brand. I thought everything needed to be perfect. But no one even cares what those things are in the beginning. Like, they know that you're just getting started. They know that it's a work in progress. And there's something really kind of awesome if you have people that you look up to, leaders in the industry, especially ones who have YouTube channels where you can see how they are now and you can look back at their first videos that they ever posted on the search engine and see how much they have grown. And if they would have let those first videos where they looked like a total idiot hold them back, then they wouldn't be where they are now. They wouldn't have changed the millions of lives that they have changed. And you can't let that change you either. And not being perfect makes you look more relatable. If you are wanting to change lives of people and you come on looking perfect, nobody's going to feel that they can relate to you because nobody's going to feel that they can attain that perfectionism. So why even bother if it's not actually helping you? What matters in the beginning is actually getting it started and improving as you go. Start before you're ready, launch the imperfect version, get real feedback, and improve from there. Moving on to shift number 3, think like an entrepreneur and not an employee, okay? So I want to give an example here. If you've spent most of your life working a 9 to 5 job, shifting to an entrepreneurial mindset, it's a huge adjustment. Employees think about trading time for money. Entrepreneurs think about creating value and scaling their impact. So the key difference here is employees ask, how much will I get paid for this? Entrepreneurs ask, how can I create something that pays me over and over again? I'm going to say that again. Employees ask, how much will I get paid for this? And entrepreneurs ask, how can I create something that pays me over and over again? So they focus on things like monthly recurring revenue, which is MRR for short. That's how you make money while you sleep. Let's say you're a graphic designer. Instead of just doing client work where you get paid, the one time, like if you were working for an agency or something and you were working for somebody else, you would just get paid for that one job, right? But what if you created templates or courses that people could buy over and over again? That's how you start thinking like an entrepreneur. So I want you to ask yourself, how can I create income that isn't tied to my hours? In a 9 to 5 job, when you are an employee, your income is literally tied to how many hours you work. And if you're a salaried position, you don't even get overtime most of the time. But entrepreneurs, they think differently. They think about how they can make money that's not tied to their hours. And that's why I love my membership so much, because I see the power in memberships and the monthly recurring revenue model to follow. Moving on to shift number 4, you see problems as opportunities. Most people see problems as roadblocks. Entrepreneurs see them as opportunities. Like I said, it's something to learn from. Did you know that Airbnb was created during the 2008 financial crisis? The founders couldn't afford their rent, so they came up with a solution. They rented out air mattresses in their apartment, and that idea turned into $1 million business. Every problem you face in business is an opportunity to innovate. Learn from it, create something new, solve the problem, and then show others how to do it. So the next time you face a problem, I want you to ask yourself this: what solution can I create from this? And then find it. Shift number 5 is value time over money. Your time is your most valuable asset. You can always make more money, but you can't make more time. Successful entrepreneurs, they don't try to do everything themselves. They focus on the highest impact tasks and delegate, automate, or eliminate the rest. Again, delegate, automate, or eliminate the rest, okay? For example, if you're spending hours every week doing administrative work, social media posting, or customer service, that's time taken away from you working in the area in which you are pushing the business further the most. Those are not tasks that push the bar forward. Instead, you can outsource these tasks so you can focus on doing what you do best, and that is growing the business. So, for somebody like me, I have a membership, but I also have my YouTube site. So, outsourcing the editing of my videos because that is something that's not really growing my business. I am not the best editor as it is. So, hiring it out not only gives me more time to do the things that I need to do to push my business further, but in the end, I'm probably going to end up with better edited videos anyway because I'm paying an expert to do it. Look at your daily tasks and ask, what can I delegate or automate to free up my time? And if you are a mom, if you are a housewife, stay at home person, then this is something that will also be good for not just entrepreneurial work or business work, but also things in your house. Like, how many hours have you spent cleaning and cooking? That's something that your kids aren't going to care who cleaned the house. They're not going to care who cooked all of their meals. Do you know how many times they ask for McDonald's? They don't care that it's not you cooking dinner. They just care that they are eating something good and yummy. So, if you can, outsource those tasks because those hours that you're spending doing those things, they're not adding anything to your relationship with your family. If anything, they're taking away from your family because you can't spend that time with your family doing quality things if you're cooking or cleaning or doing other things. Lord knows that you can't do those things and then still push your business forward at the same time. You can only do one thing at a time. So, automate those or have somebody else do them. How much time do you spend grocery shopping? I have found that it is so much easier to just place my order online for pickup or even delivery. And I've also noticed that it saves me money that way because I am not doing as much impulse buying. I am looking at that nice little thing where it just shows you recently purchased items, and a lot of the items that we buy are habitual, they're consumable, we reuse them. So I just click, okay, 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 I need this again. I go pick it up, and I'm saving money and time. Time is money. And I'm going to give you one bonus mind shift. And this one was the biggest one for me. And it kind of ties in with mindset shift number 3, where we think like an entrepreneur and not an employee. But this mindset shift is treating your business like a business and not a hobby. And for the longest time, I had such a mental block and I treated my business like a hobby and I was wondering why I was not succeeding. And it wasn't until I made that shift that it is not a hobby, it is something that I need to treat like a job. It is something that if I want it to pay me like a job, I need to be showing up every day. I need to be working more than an hour or two a week. And there were some things that I did that helped me in my head comprehend that it really was a business and not a hobby. And one of those things was I registered my business. I paid the money to create an LLC. I made a business bank account. I created a real website and I started telling people about it because if it's a hobby, then people don't always need to know about it. But if you have a business, there is no reason why everybody that you know shouldn't know that you have that business. Don't act like you're afraid of it, be proud of it. So, those were a few things that I needed to do to change my mind shift. I needed to work it every single day that I could because that's what you do when you have a business. Working it a few hours a week is something that you do when you have a hobby. And I knew that I wouldn't reach my dreams if I was getting paid like a hobby. So, for a second, I want to talk about overcoming mental blocks. I know making these mindset shifts isn't always easy. We all struggle with imposter syndrome and self doubt and fear of failure. I know I did. I know I still do. But the difference between those who succeed and those who don't is that successful entrepreneurs, they take action anyway. Do it anyway. I have a motto that I tell myself now is I can do hard things. Like I would always tell myself, "Oh, this is hard. I can't do it." But now that I tell myself like once I have that thought, I can't do it. Oh, it's hard. I literally back that up with no, I can do hard things. And I repeat that to myself all the time. I've even started saying it to my kids, and it is so sweet and warming when my daughter comes up to me and she says, "You know what, mommy, this is hard, but I can do hard things, right?" because I want my children to know that. And that is another mindset shift that I had. The more you challenge your limiting beliefs, the easier it gets to push past them. It becomes a habit. All right, let's do a quick recap. Embrace failure as feedback, progress over perfection, think like an entrepreneur and not an employee, see problems as opportunities, value time over money, and the bonus one was treat your business like a business, not a hobby. I want to hear from you guys. So, which of these shifts do you need to work on the most? You can tell me in the comments below, and I promise I'll respond back. And if you found this helpful, please like or subscribe and turn on the notifications because I'm bringing more of these videos, okay? If you want more help building your business, please check out my membership. It is linked in the description below, and I teach you how to create your own business. I teach you how to figure out what business you want to do if you don't know that. It's very inexpensive right now. My membership is only $9 a month, and there is a free trial on it, but it will not stay this price forever. It will be going up soon. I don't know how much and I don't know exactly when, but I know that this is just an introductory price. And if you get in at this price, you are grandfathered in. The price will never go up for you as long as you stay in the membership. So I'm so excited to share these with you guys, and I will see you next time. Bye.